Good morning, guys. It's Chris from DaxTrader.co.uk. It's Tuesday, the 14th of November 2017, and this is Dax Technical Analysis for today. We've just completed the premium webinar, and so we're going to do a quick summary of some of the charts and screens we were watching for today. We've entered into 2 trades during the webinar, one on the DAX and one on the FTSE, and the details have been posted in the channel already. Okay, so before we get started, trading financial markets is risky. It involves the risk of losing our invested money. The webinars are provided for educational purposes only, so no investment advice is provided. If you decide to enter a trade off the back of any information contained on the website, videos or articles, please do so entirely at your own risk. So welcome to those that are watching the video on YouTube. If you want more information about the site or the service, have a look in the description below. You'll find a link to the article for today, and you'll find a link to finding out a little bit more about the services that we offer at DaxTrader. So go and check those out. Okay, the chart in front of us at the moment is the TPO. It's the profile chart on the daily, and it just shows us where the value areas are for the previous days, as well as the points of control, which will be the blue lines. Now, yesterday we managed to break below the lows of Friday and Thursday. There was a gap or a low volume node from back here end of October that we zoomed straight through, which was one of the scenarios we were anticipating, but we've since kind of turned around and come back to very close to where we originally started, suggesting that this is actually just a wash. There are 3 types of trade that you get at these points of significance. You get a bounce, you get a wash, or you get a break, a switchback, and a continuation lower in this particular case. So probably a bit too early to say which one this is going to be, although it's having a go to the downside as well. But at the moment, it looks to be like this particular move, based on its reversal intraday yesterday, appears to be a wash. So we look to another point of significance for more clues. So moving on to another chart, this is a particular area where it may well have one. For example, if you just simply take a line from these lows and connect them through, you'll spot this line here. And we zoomed through that line yesterday with a strong candle, and we look like we've actually tagged the underside of that pit perfect this morning. So you could argue now that this is actually exactly the same situation as what we've just looked at previously, where you either have a bounce, which it isn't, a wash and a break back through, which it might not be, or a breakthrough, switch back, and a continuation lower. So that would give the sellers some encouragement, because this is on a 4-hour chart. So we'll see how that one develops. And this particular move here, that's the swing up and the top, swing down. That's a mountain. Generally what happens with a mountain in a trend, and this is clearly a trend higher, is you will get a break back to test the base of the mountain, which is kind of what that level was right there. So personally looking for it to move higher, but if it doesn't, then it doesn't. And we'll work with whatever it gives us. All right, the daily chart still has this major fork on it. It did pierce the median line yesterday, didn't close below it, got reaction at the base of this mountain. So we'll now watch to see how today gets on. May well have another look to test that, but if we manage to stay above it, it remains interesting to the upside for me. So yesterday we were kind of in a minor swing down, and we could kind of mark out the tops of the moves, and you'll notice that we were posting lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, all the way down until around about there here, where we took out a few of them. I've actually deleted a couple of them now, but they were there and there. And of course, price took some of them out and started to move a little bit higher now. And it was at that point that we were interested in confirming that this was the end of the minor trend and we could look to go long. Now, if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. It's fine. But that was partly one of the reasons why we were looking to get long in the second half of the session yesterday. And we're still sat on that trade. We got in at about 13.09, I think. So we're sat on a couple of decent points. We moved the stop to break even. If it does go turn around and stops us out, then, you know, so be it. One of those things. But if it doesn't, it's going to be a nice trade. And of course, now we've entered into a second one. And in this particular case, these are the lines that we're plotting. That's on the other side now, as it's the minor trend higher, as we've printed higher lows and higher highs. That level is a bit of a mini swap. But this daily pivot line here, be interested to see if price can hold above that to move higher. All right. Yesterday, from the IB, the initial balance, we broke lower. We had a nice trending day towards the sort of middle, sort of lunchtime session when the extra volume comes in, and that's where we had the nice turnaround and managed to catch quite a few points off of that. So congratulations to the guys in the channel. I know you managed to catch both sides. Great stuff. Today, we're still inside that IB. We do have a number of different items on the economic calendar today. In fact, what we now 25-ish past 9, 10 o'clock this morning, all kinds of things are going on. So just be careful of your trades because there's a lot of volatility that's to be expected as a result. So just to sort of highlight a couple of them off the top of my head. So you've got ECB. You've got a couple of the board members talking today. You've got Draghi talking as well. You've got BOJ, Governor Kroder's speaking. You've got Fed Chair Yellen is going to be speaking. Carney's going to be speaking. They're all at it. You've got GDP numbers from the EU. You've got GDP numbers from Japan. You've got the ZEV indicator as well for the DAX. There's all kinds of stuff going on today. So expect some volatility, whether you like that or not. You know, I don't know. But catalysts will be all over the place for potential moves here. So if you do get stopped out today, it's probably going to be the reason why. Because there's going to be a bit more volatility. Daily price movement range on a Tuesday tends to be a little bit higher than most days as well. So yeah, just make sure you're not too stingy with your stop losses. Make sure you give the trade a bit of room to breathe, but don't go over the 1% per trade on the risk. All right, just a quick look at FTSE, and then we will wrap it up for today. It's pretty clear that we're trending lower on the minor trend here from FTSE. We're still swinging lower. We've got an extension plotted in here at 74.23, which we've touched. We're actually pretty close to that level at the moment. If we break below the lows of yesterday, then you'd imagine that we can open up, move down to the S2, or even double up, the measured move, double down even. That's 73.44, which would be a great target. That was an idea which we've, I won't go into too much detail. All right, so that is pretty much it. So I hope you have a cracking trading day. Go and check out the DaxTrader website. Click on the link for the article. Go and have a look at the information that's contained on that site. If you haven't been there already before, you can contact me on Telegram at DaxTrader. And you can also join the free broadcast channel, which is also available in the link at the bottom as well. Have a cracking day, guys, and we'll be back again tomorrow. Take care.